Hello everyone, this video is for explaining how to use the SPSS and make frequency distribution or the frequency table. For each topic, new video will be uploaded through the Canvas almost every week. So today video is for providing a brief introduction of SPSS and how to create a frequency table by using the SPSS. First, you guys have to download the data set from the Canvas into a location on your computer. If you go to the week 1 module, you can find the data set here, the name of SPSS frequency distribution Excel file. And then open the window of SPSS and Excel file like that. This is the SPSS and here is the Excel file. You can freely input the data into SPSS directly. So let's practice for just 10 students with ID, group, educational level, and age variable. So enter the numbers for each variable first. So we have 10 different kinds of the ID numbers, 1 to 10. So just type 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 10. This. And for the next variable group, they have all the 0. Yeah, so we can simply type the 0 for the second variable. And for the educational level variable, we have two different kinds of the value, 0 or 1. So first of all is 0 and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Yeah, you can type the value directly into SPSS, or we can copy the value and then paste into SPSS. So if you select the numbers in the age variable and simply you can type Ctrl+C or click the right button on your mouse and click the copy. And then back to SPSS, you can simply type Ctrl+V or click the right button on your mouse and click the paste. Then automatically those 10 values copied into SPSS. Then go to the variable view for setting up the variable name and characteristics. So in the bottom and left corner of the SPSS window here, there are two tabs. One is for the data view. A little bit here. Yeah, data view, and the other one is for the variable view. So the data are displayed in the data view. So each row, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, represent a different observation or a different subject. And each column is different variable. So now we can click the variable view tab here. And we can see the different kinds of the window in here. Right? Detailed information about each variable was provided here. So name column means the name of the variable in our data set. So we have to type the first variable is ID. The second variable is group. And third variable is educational level. And the last one is age, right? We can simply type the name of variable. But the name cannot contain a space. It must begin with a letter. It is case sensitive, and a period or underscore can be used within a name, just not as the first or last character. So, for example, if we add blank here, then you can find the error message from the SPSS, right? And the next one is the type. If you click the type, you can see the ... in the blue box here. If you click the ... in the blue box, we can see the options for the type. We usually use two different options. One is for the numeric, and the other is for the string. For the numeric option, only numbers will be used for this option. And for the string option, both of numbers and letters can be used. But in our data set, all the observation is numbers, so we can just choose the numeric and just click OK. And the next, we have to check the decimal. Decimal is the number of decimal digit to maintain in the data. So if you want to use the 3 decimal digit in the data, you can easily change the number here. So click the decimal and decrease or increase. So for the ID, group, and educational level variable, we don't need any kinds of the decimal. So we just make 0 for those 3. With age is okay, just 2, or if you want, we can just adjust as 0. The next one is the label. Label is the part of the string to detail the variable. So you can put the real question of the survey in the label part, like how old are you? Something like that. You can add any kinds of the explanation about the specific variable in this column. The next one is the value. Value is for the assignment of categories to the numeric values. So we can put the value information for each category in this part. After explaining all, we will back to the value part and exercise it. And the next one is the missing. It provides a way for SPSS to handle missing data. So if you click the missing and click the ... in the blue box, you can see the options for missing. In our data set, there is no missing, so we can keep the first option, the missing values. However, if you have any kinds of the missing value like 999 or NA, you can put the value or letter here like 999 or NA, and then click OK. As you know, since we don't have any missing value, we have those kinds of the error message. But if you have those kinds of things, SPSS consider those value or letter as missing. And the last one is the measure part. Measure part is about the scale of measure for a specific variable. So for instance, nominal, ordinal, or scale here. And scale is used for both interval or ratio data. In our data set, we can choose the nominal option in the measurement part because ID is just number for identifying each student, right? And group and educational level variables are also nominal, right? And in the case of age, we can choose the ordinal options. And if you have any kinds of the interval or ratio variable, we can choose the scale options. And then back to value part, we can exercise to input the information. In our data set, there are 2 different categories in the group and educational level variable. So you can click the value and click the dot 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 in the blue box. And we can set up the value for specific variable. In the group variable, there are two categories, 0 and 1. American students are coded as a 0, and the international students are coded as 1. So type the 0 as a value and add the label American student, right? And click add and input the 1 and it represents the international student, international, and click add and then click OK. Right? In the educational level variable, there are also two different categories, 0 and 1. Undergraduate students are coded as 0 and the graduate students are coded as 1. So click here and click this blue box and input the 0 and type the information of label undergraduate and click add, and 1 is for the graduate student, right? And click add and OK. So automatically in the SPSS, 0 represents American and 1 represents international student. And in the educational level variable, 0 represents undergraduate and 1 represents graduate student. So now everything is ready for analysis. Yeah, this is really simple and really easy to input all the values. And additionally, today we will load the Excel file that we already downloaded from the Canvas. More simple. So go to the file and click the open and data. And then go to the location where you downloaded the Excel file. In my case, in the C drive at RAMS 5953 folder. First, you cannot find anything, any kinds of the Excel file in the location on your computer. So before finding an Excel file, we have to change the file of the type from SPSS to Excel. And then you can find the Excel file you already downloaded. After that, click the Excel file and then click the open. Yep, it takes some time. Yeah, let's waiting for the SPSS. Yep, here. As you can see, since we have the variable name at the first row in the Excel file, we have to check the first one with variable name from first row of the data. And then just click OK. Now, all the value in the Excel file was loaded into our SPSS file. So we have ID, group, educational level, age, self-efficacy, outcome expectation, academic satisfaction, and well-being variables. And as you can see, there are so many decimal points for those four variables. So we can go to the variable view and modify the number for decimals. I think simply 1 point decimal is fine. So decrease the number, or simply you can type 1 here. Like this. And check the value and measures. As you know, we have 2 categories for group and educational level. So like the previous, we can click the blue box and 0 is American student and 1 is international student. And then click OK. And for the educational level, like the previous, 0 is undergraduate. Instead, click add. You can just type enter, that's fine. and one is graduate. And click OK. And everything is good, but for ID variable is the nominal and age is ordinal. And that's it. Everything is ready for analysis. So back to data view. Now we have everything. So we have to save this data file into your appropriate folder. So you can click this one or go to File and Save or Save As. And then go to the locations that you want and then type the file name. I'm going to just do frequency distributions and then click Save. Then if you go to the specific folder that you want here, REMS 5953, now we have SPSS dataset. So let's go to the analysis step to make frequency table by using different kinds of the variable. So here we are going to produce frequency table for two categorical variable like group and educational level, and one ordinal variable like age. So in order to make a frequency table for three different kinds of the variable, click the Analyze, Descriptive Statistics and Frequencies. And put three different variables into the variable box by click the group and click the blue arrow button, or you can double click for the specific variable like this. If you click the format here, you can see the options for order. If you want to choose any kinds of the options, you can do it. But for today, I just would like to keep the first option. Just click continue. And then if you click the chart here, you can see the options for different kinds of the chart like bar, pie chart, and histogram. Since we are going to learn about the way for visual display of data in the next video, so today I just want to keep the none option. And since already the frequency table box was checked, so simply click the OK. Then the output window of SPSS was pop up automatically, and you can see the result like here. So we got three different frequency tables for each variable. So here, the sample size is 90. So we have 90 different students. Among them, there are 41 American students and 49 international students. And here are the percentage of each category. And for the educational level, there are 39 undergraduate students and 51 graduate students in our data set. And here are the percentage for each. And the last frequency table is for the age variable here. And we can know the frequency and percentage through this table, frequency and percent. And then if you want to make a frequency table for only American students or only for international students, you can use the data split options in the SPSS. So for the split data, click the data here and click the split file. And then you can choose the third option, organize output by groups. and then click the group variable and then move into the group based on box by clicking the blue arrow and then click the OK. So now your output will be provided by group variable. So we can do the same thing to make frequency table for educational level and age variable with only American students or only international students. So go back to the analyze, descriptive statistics, and frequency. And keep the educational level and age variable. But we don't need to group variable anymore. So you can click the blue arrow and simply click the OK. When you see the output here, the result will be provided for each category in the group variable. The first part is for only American students, and the other part is for only international students. So in our data set, for example, we have 49 international students, right? And among them, there are 13 undergraduate students and 36 graduate students. And this frequency table for educational level or age table, this is for only 49 international students. After that, you have to back to data and split file and click the first option and click OK, then split file off. So that's all for today's video. And in the next video, I'm gonna show the way to make a different kinds of the graph by using the SPSS.